Hey guys, who says you can't make body parts out of cardboard? That's cardboard, guys. Fiberglass cloth, laminated with fiberglass resin, which is basically epoxy. There's probably, I think there's about 4 layers of fiberglass cloth on this. Now this is going to sit in there. See, there's 4 holes. This is going to bolt right down in there. Then I'm going to make another cover out of cardboard and fiberglass cloth and resin. Then the seat will flip up like that. We'll have that the electronics box lid on hinges. It'll flip like that. If I ever have a fuse, I can get to the fuse without tools. I made this seat out of steel. The bolts underneath here for these springs to sit in are welded in. This is going to, the seat spring mount will bolt in through here and here, which I don't have. This is mocked up. So it doesn't rock at all. This has to be bolted in 2 places. My turn signal hole, I'm going to use my my bullet turn signals. Those will sit in that little hole down there. That's the fender I got off of eBay for $55. It needs a little bit of body work. Some of the holes need filled in. It's like this needs pushed in a little bit here. You can see this needs pulled out a little bit. A couple small areas that have, there's probably dents here and there, minor dents. We'll fill those in with the fiberglass cloth and Bondo. We'll put some fiberglass cloth on the bottom with some resin. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow. And then we'll fill the holes with Bondo on top. And for the winter, we'll paint that flat black. And then when summer comes, we're going to give it the gloss black with a silver racing stripe. The same on the tank and the front fender. We'll paint those also gloss black. And we'll have the same size. The racing stripe, we're going to probably make it about that big. It'll come up like that. You'll have a stripe in the center and 2 small stripes. Or you know what, maybe what we'll do is, I'm going to have to look at some designs, but we're going to have a racing stripe there on the tank and on the front fender. As you see, I spray painted my shocks gloss black. I forgot to take that off. I took the swing arm off. I spray painted the swing arm gloss black. I had to make a bracket for the front. That bracket is adjustable. Right now, the chain is set at its proper tension because the fender doesn't move front or back, but the fender does go up and down with the way the wheel's going to go. That's how the fender is going to go. So when you hit a bump, the swing arm moves, the fender is going to move along with it. It doesn't rub on anything. See, we got a nice little gap. The back's coming out a little bit, but I'm going to leave it like that. That's good enough. Let me show you my nostalgic license plate holder, running light and brake light. That's 4 wires. You got your brake light and your running light. That has to still be wired up. I hit my hub with some of the gloss black. See, that's actually centered, so you can see more now. This is going to need pushed in a little bit, and that needs pulled out. It's going to take a little bit more adjusting, and then we're going to have to grind these down into more of a circle. These bolts here, they're just temporary. I ran out of small bolts, small fasteners. I need 1-inch fasteners for up here. And let me see what else here. I might put a piece of metal on top here joining these. I might not. But yeah, these are going to have to be ground down. And there's a better view underneath there. So I'll sit nice and high up. So we're making use of this whole part of the frame. 2 bolts, turn signal hole, and all the wires and electronics are going to be hidden in that box. And then maybe later on we're going to work on a leather cover for the battery. I'll buy some more leather, and we'll make a leather cover that's going to go right over that, and we'll do something with the leather cover. And once this is all done, we'll monkey around on the double carburetor, on the twin carburetors. So that's about it, guys. We're getting there. Starting to look more and more like a bobber. I probably have about maybe $800–900 into this motorcycle right now. I mean, that counts everything, including the $200 I paid the guy for the original motorcycle, which there's very, very little of this from the original motorcycle. Probably the only thing that's original on here is the swing arm, the shocks, the rear wheel, the front wheel, and the front forks, and the speedometer. Everything else has been replaced. And the right side of the engine case. Everything else has been replaced on this with 2003 Honda Rebel parts. Because it was an 85, and the frame was untitled. He didn't give me a title with the frame, so I bought a titled frame, which was a 2003. The foot pegs on an 85 won't go on a 2003 frame, so I had to replace those. The brake, the foot brake does. Those are interchangeable. The motor mounts, the upper motor mount hanger is different. So I had to buy that. I replaced the crankshaft, the cylinder jugs, the cylinder head, the rock arm covers, the pistons. You guys know that that's all new in there. The transmission's at 85. The drag bar is different. I resurrected. I still got to fix this switch here. I disconnected the wire in there somewhere. I got to fix that. I replaced the glass sight on the master cylinder, the drag bars. I did away with the choke, because this has a choke on the carb. I took the choke off because that was just an unnecessary wire hanging around. And we did these up, polished these up, put risers on the drag bars. I might put an LED light bulb in here. I'm thinking of doing that. This light bulb is actually pretty bright. This is an aftermarket with a glass lens, but I might put an LED inside here later on. And you guys know I did up the front forks down there. I took them apart and rebuilt the front forks. These are from a Honda Shadow. We're leaving them on. And it's an aftermarket gas tank. We did use sealer in the gas tank because that did leak. So I think it looks a lot better with that painted swing arm black. If I'd have to do this again, I'd probably paint the frame black. I'd make everything black on this. So, alright guys, tell me what you think. Now, the next thing we'll do is we'll do more work on the rear fender. And then we're going to get all the electrics done. We'll get the box in and get all those wires up inside. That way that'll be done. And I can start this back up again and run it a little bit more.